The final goal is to eradicate humanity as we know it. Once you understand the final destination, it becomes much easier to look back and identify the psychological conditioning, the biological tampering, the cultural grooming, and the educational prepping that we have been subjected to for decades in preparation to making us accept a post-human future. It takes a lot of physical and psychological abuse to get an intelligent species like ours to agree to its own extinction. Most, if not all, that has transcended in the last 60 years was designed to get us closer to accepting such a dystopian reality. Whether you care to accept it or not, we live in a hyper-controlled matrix where our perception of reality is meticulously planned, managed, and executed in order to control and steer us in whichever direction they wish. And the direction is a post-human world. For this, they first needed to destabilize, dehumanize, and demoralize humanity through every means possible. The destruction of the nuclear family, children being indoctrinated by the state, abortion, the eradication of God and spirituality from education, life in mega cities and away from nature, toxic food, air and water, social media, replacing real human connection and interaction, engineered financial crisis and taxation, endless wars and massive migration, stress, anxiety, depression, drugs and alcohol, constant fear-mongering, moral relativism as the new religion, and I could go on and on about how humanity has been influenced and forced to move away from all the things that give us strength, security, purpose, and meaning. A weak, immoral, disconnected, ignorant, and unhealthy population is an easy target for the next stage, the creation of an entire generation of androgynous beings. Masculinity is under attack psychologically, culturally, and biologically. Women are being replaced in sports, entertainment, and politics by men pretending to be women, and children are being indoctrinated at school to think that gender is a choice. The transgender movement is not a grassroots movement. It comes from the top. It has nothing to do with people's freedom of expression, sexuality, or civil rights. It's an evil psyop with a clear agenda to get us closer to transhumanism by making us question the most fundamental notion of human identity, our gender. Thank you. If you don't know who you are, if you already identify as a hybrid between a man and a woman, you will be easily convinced to become a hybrid between human and machine. Gender ideology is the 2 + 2 = 5 from George Orwell's 1984 dystopian novel. It's the final test to see whether we will follow the most absurd party line towards our own extinction. But 2 + 2 = 4. And no matter how you choose to dress, call yourself, or change your physique, will not change that. The sad reality, though, is that in the gaslighting process to get us closer to a post-human future, they have mentally and physically harmed an increasing number of children and young people, and it's only getting worse. This must be stopped.
Ooh, that was a lot, so take a deep breath. And yeah, a lot of what she said reflects the timeline that we're living in now. But here's the thing that I want you to understand. Fear is not the point. Awareness is the point. Number one, focus on you, not them. We already know the powerful people make preparations, bunkers, hidden locations, contingency plans, but that is the old world energy. Your soul didn't incarnate to obsess over what the elite is doing. You came here to remember who you are in the middle of all of this. Number two, this is a timeline, not a doom prophecy. So everything that she's described, the confusion, the division, the spiritual disconnection, the loss of meaning, the technology overwhelm, these are markers of a timeline shift, not the end, the transition. Number three, the waves of volunteers. Now this is where it gets exciting. The waves of volunteers didn't come randomly. They came with instructions, just like Noah when he was told to build the ark before anyone believed him. Volunteers heard the call long before the collective understood the mission. They are guided from within, not to escape, but to prepare consciousness for transformation. Wave 1, the Groundbreakers, the first boots to hit the ground. Born between the 1940s through the 1960s, they came to hold the vibration steady during humanity's densest era. They came to anchor the light where there was none. They came to rebuild the energetic grid after chaos and trauma, and they came to carry the memory of past falls to say, not this time. They were the silent Noahs, preparing for what's coming before anyone else believed it. Wave 2, the Healers and the Harmonics, born from the 1970s through the 1980s. They came to soften the planet, the emotional body of the planet. They came to heal ancestral and collective trauma, and they came to hold the peace in a world addicted to conflict. They also came to prepare humanity to receive higher frequencies. Their instructions: bring peace into the places where peace was forgotten. Wave 3, the System Breakers, born in the 1990s through the 2000s. They came to challenge outdated systems, to refuse to conform to the old world, to trigger awakening through authenticity, and to rewrite education, spirituality, relationships, and identity. Their instructions: don't fit in, break the mold. Wave number 4, the Shadow Exposers, born from the 2000s through the 2010s. They came to reveal illusions, to expose corruption and manipulation, to dissolve falsehoods by simply existing, and to trigger accountability. Their instructions: let the darkness show itself so that it can no longer rule silently. Wave number 5, the New Earth Architects, born from the 2010s through the present. They came to build the new systems that humanity will need, to create sustainable, ethical, intuitive ways of living, to bring new technology aligned with consciousness, and to seed the blueprint for humanity's next era. Their instructions: create what you wish existed, because you will need it very soon. The returning volunteers, you. These are the advanced souls, many of you that are watching right now, the ones who have lived through ancient collapses. You watched civilizations fall. You lived destruction and you saw endings. But this time you came back with a different agreement: to stay awake through the transition, to guide others without fear, to hold the timeline steady, and to speak truth when other people freeze up. Also, to remind the collective that this is not the end. This is the cleansing before we rise. Guys, you are the Noahs of the consciousness. You prepare spirituality, not out of fear, but from soul memory. Number 4, the real message. So when you see billionaires building bunkers or governments acting strange, stay grounded. Bunkers are for the people who believe collapse is destruction. Volunteers know that collapse is transition. Transition is why you came. You didn't come here to hide. You came here to witness, to guide, and to hold the higher path. Number 5, in closing, this is your activation message. Volunteers, this is your moment. The world is shifting. You lived falls before. This time, you're here to help humanity rise. So, stay awake, stay grounded, and stay connected. This isn't fear. This is awakening.